I've been producing for over 2 years and I hope I've been getting better. So in this video, I'm going to be showing AI my beats and just see what it has to say. Now you're probably asking, what is the point of all this? Well, maybe this can help you guys improve your own beats and just see how long the producer journey actually takes. Alright, enough talk. Let's just see what this robot has to say. So I don't actually know what my first beat is, but this was one of the oldest ones I could find. And I already know I'm going to get roasted in the comments, but I did start out making beats on Bandlab. It was free and really easy to use. But anyways, let's see what I had in store on March 5th, 2023. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that beat sucks. I remember I recorded the bass melody with my actual acoustic guitar, and honestly, it doesn't sound terrible, but it doesn't sound good either. Obviously, the mix is awful, and like half of the beats are out of key. But hey, for one of my first beats, it's honestly not too shabby. But nobody cares what I think. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So I'm just gonna type, can you listen to one of my beats and give me feedback? So it's saying the beat is very laid back, it flows well, and it's not cluttered, and the mix is well balanced. But honestly, I know that beat is trash. I'm gonna type, how can I improve it? Okay, so I just asked it what are some areas to improve. It said the melody focus. Right now the melody or lead element feels a little bit subtle or buried. Adding a clear, catchy melody can make your beat more memorable and engaging. Honestly, yeah, the melody is just boring and everything else. Adding complementary layers or pads can fill up the sound without overcrowding it. Some instruments could be panned more or EQ'd to make more space in the mix. Honestly, yeah, the mix and sound selection is the worst thing about this beat. Pretty bad, but it makes sense because it's one of my first beats. Like, it's just terrible. The drums are way too quiet. The melody is so loud. I do like the vocal pad in the back, but the bass is not even in key. Honestly, ChatGPT was glazing a little bit on the last one because everybody knows that beat was not good. But I know it's gonna like this next one a lot more. When I made this beat, I was already about 7 months into using FL Studio, so I think you're gonna be kind of surprised when you hear it. Alright, let's see what I was cooking on January 12th, 2024. Already, this beat is a million times better. I could still see a lot of weaknesses in the drums and the mixing, but Brody, you can't lie, that melody is fire. Alright, let's see what ChatGPT is gonna say about this. Alright, critical feedback. Consider adding subtle elements like filtered percussion or atmospheric pads that gradually introduce the main theme. Okay, this can create anticipation and a smoother transition into the main section. The melody is present but lacks variation and development throughout the track. Yup, I can see that too, but it's fire. Introduce variations in the melody or chord progressions to make listeners interested. The rhythm section is straightforward, which provides a solid foundation but may come across as repetitive. The arrangement is relatively static with minimal variation between sections. Honestly, it's pretty right about all these things. Incorporate dynamic changes such as breakdowns, build-ups, or drops to create contrast and maintain listener interest. The mix is clean, but some elements may be competing for space in the frequency spectrum. Alright, ChatGPT just said a lot more big words and stuff, so I'm gonna ask you to compare this beat to the last one. So it's pretty much just doing a recap of the first beat and the second beat, but which one is better? If you want a chill ambient vibe with smooth laid back energy, the first beat edges out as better. It is more atmospheric and has a vibe that works well for relaxing or background listening. If you want something with a clear melody and more straightforward structure, the second beat is better but it feels a bit basic. The first beat feels more developed creatively with a stronger vibe and better atmosphere. It's saying the first beat is better, the second beat is promising but would benefit from more creativity in rhythm and arrangement to match the first and emotional impact. So this robot does not know what it's talking about because there is no way that first beat was better than the second one. I don't know, man. I'm about to give up on this freaking AI thing. I don't know if it knows what it's talking about. But I'm gonna show it one more beat. This next beat I actually made a couple days ago. So we are looking at the best of the best. At this point, I'm already like 2.5 years into producing. But honestly, trust me, bro, you can make better beats than me faster than me. Alright, let's see what I thought was fire on August 5th, 2025. Brody, you can't tell me that beat is not hard. Like, it's smooth, bouncy, catchy, everything. But the mix is still not perfect, so I'm gonna give you some points there. I don't know if the drums are too loud or the melody, I don't know, but it's fire. But if ChatGPT doesn't say this is the best beat, then I know it's lying. Alright, so it's just kind of saying the same stuff as it did before. But let's see areas for improvement. The melody is subtle but could benefit from more development. Consider introducing a lead instrument or vocal sample to create a more engaging hook. There is a lead instrument. The drum pattern is straightforward but could use more variation. Introducing ghost notes, hi-hat rolls, or additional percussion elements can add groove and interest. Those drums are so bouncy though, what? Incorporating dynamic changes such as breakdowns or buildups can create contrast and maintain listener interest. So I don't even think that we listen to the same beat. So I'm just gonna scroll down and I'm gonna ask you what beat you thought was the best. If I had to pick the strongest overall beat right now, I'd say the first beat wins on vibe and atmosphere. There's no way it's just that the first beat was the best one. The first beat is your most fully realized vibe and groove so far. The third beat has strong potential with a more cinematic mood, just needs some more focus on melody and energy. The second beat could benefit most from creative changes in arrangement and rhythm. So obviously ChatGPT doesn't know what it's talking about, so I would not go to it for advice on how to make beats. Honestly, I'm shocked because I thought AI was gonna take our jobs. Alright, so I'm a little salty, but if you've been producing for years and your beats are still not hitting like you want them to, honestly bro, just keep grinding because honestly I have to grind too. As long as you keep making beats and just have fun with it, your beats are gonna get better, no question about it. This was honestly the most fun that I've had making a video, even if ChatGPT is dumb. So if you guys want, I can make a second video showing AI my other beats, or I can even show some of your guys' beats. If this video helped or you found it entertaining, leave a like and comment what you want to see next. Make sure you guys subscribe because I have so much game on this channel, it's honestly crazy. Alright man, keep on making beats.